Hey everybody, welcome back to Grit and Grind. So this is going to be the first stump job of 2026. It's actually not, but it is the first job of 2026 that I can show you. So not everyone that I ask will let me record on their property, which I totally get, I respect, and I understand. So I can only film what people will allow me to film. But I got a call from my dad. He's working on a job right now, cleaning up some brush and a downed tree, and he said there's 3 stumps that the customer needs ground, so we are on our way there. I'm going to take you along with me. It wants to go. There we go. If you like this content, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So this one is out near our shop. He called me about an hour and a half ago and said, hey, I need you to come out here. So we're on our way now. I will pick you up again when I get there, but kind of explaining that I've had a few jobs that have come this spring. However, it has been a little bit slower. I haven't been able to get to as many jobs because it has been completely rained out and the ground is soaking wet. And this one I'm told I can get to, but we're going to see. I had a job yesterday for a repeat customer who did not allow me to film, but I actually buried that stump grinder pretty much almost to the frame and didn't panic, was able to get it out. Had to do a little bit of repair on the customer's yard. It is what it is. You do what you got to do to stay in business and get good reviews. And he used me in the past, and he was always a good customer, so I do appreciate the work. He just happened to want it done, so it couldn't wait. So I came out there, and should have been an easy enough job. Unfortunately, on the way out is when I got stuck. So what should have been a 10 to 15 minutes off the trailer back on the trailer turned into about 45 minutes of headache. But we got it out, got the stump grinder cleaned up. She's on the back of the trailer, and I will pick you up when we get there. There's supposed to be 3 stumps there. Biggest one's about 2.5 feet, or so I'm told. But we'll see what we're working with when we get there. So we just pulled in, and here's one, which is pretty tall. Normally I would cut it down, but she's pretty rotted, so we'll see. I might hit that. If I have to, I'll cut it. It's hard to tell, but it's soft right here. That's a rut mark. The other one's over here. Ooh, I don't know if you can hear it, but I can actually hear everything squishing underneath me. So this is the other one. So much for 2.5 feet. That's like 3.5, 3.5, 4. And you'll look right there is all standing water, so this is going to be fun. At least I have the ability to get pulled out, and I can come in pretty much straight off the driveway here. Tire over here sloped down right there, so I'm going to probably come in right about to there, straight through. That one's right off the edge of the driveway, and I was looking for the other one, and I think it's over here. Ooh, it's so soft. I told him, make sure it is hard enough for me to get in here. And I can get in here with a vehicle because there is nice access all the way down, but it gets real soft. That's ruts from the skid steer. I know this homeowner just kind of knows that it is what it is to get this cleaned up. We can take that skid steer after and just kind of hide these ruts on our way out. It looks like the other one is right here, and that's pretty much completely gone. Was a tree that got cut up over here. Must have fell down and was sitting here for a while. And I'm sure if I look, there's probably some more in here because I see all that brush I think's got to go and get hauled out of here. There's another log way in the back, right there. Some trees in the back. So this is all probably going to have to go at some point. But let's go get the stump grinder unloaded and see what we can do. Okay, let's get this machine fired up and get her unchained and unloaded. I had my stop pushed down accidentally. There we go. So while that's warming up, come over here and undo this chain and binder. If you want to see in depth how I chain this machine down, I have a separate video posted. It's actually, I believe, the first video that's on this channel. So check it out and see all the tie down points and what I did. And I'm not saying that it's right, I'm just saying it's what works for me. Check your state and local laws. Okay, we'll switch out the hat for a helmet and we'll get started on these right away. Safety third. So this one I already started just to see what would happen, and it's rotted pretty good, so I'm not going to bother cutting it, even though it is technically a little bit taller than it should be, but we're getting through it really quick. And this is in real-time speed. I'm not speeding this up at all. Chewing pretty good. Normally I wouldn't take this big of a bite with this machine because you'd bog down the head, but again, because it's so rotted, you're just blowing right through it super quick. And we're way in the back of a property out country, so I'm not really worried about hitting anything. But definitely working close to a house, in front of a house, on the side of a house. I always make sure to get my utilities started. Small 811. Definitely protects you as a contractor. Don't let the customer call in the locates, call them in yourself, because then you get the all clear and able to start work notification. Don't take the customer's word for it. Because even if they said it was good and you happen to hit something, you're going to be on the line for it. That's why you do stuff. Come back one more tweak. That one's good, beat up. Then we'll move on to the next one. Once again, showing this one in real time. Also very rotted, should go pretty quick. It was a little dodgy getting in here because it is wet. Yeah. So this is the interesting thing about rotted stuff. You can hear machine bogging down a little bit because they could still be solid underneath. So just because it's rotted doesn't mean that it's going to go easy. One thing to keep in mind is grinding. Once we get past the top and the outer rotted part, you get the solid material. That's why my speed bothers me. I'm trying not to make a ton of adjustments where I'm at, because it gets really soft. So I'd rather not try and turn a bunch. See that I have some of this stuff that I'm missing. I'll have to come back and get it, but because of the angle that I'm at, not the angle I want it to be at, but an angle that this yard allows me, because now what it is, this is what I had to do to get this job done. But this is what it is. A lot of backing up and adjusting, so moving a lot. Big micro adjustment. That's what goes through. Almost completely through it. Pretty nice. I'll back up and get that last little bit here in a minute. We got plenty of depth. That's I'll have to come in a little bit again right here. Get the last little bit of this top way. Establishing my depth really. as you go through this, you get chips pile up. And then you'll actually have to put the head deeper because your machine's raising up a fire, not pile. Now, front of the machine raised up, and I'm sitting up on that pile now. We're almost through this stuff. Spot here. Behind center. Back up there. So 3.5, 4 feet, and so far we're only at 6 minutes on the split. Like I said, it's going pretty quick. Good. And actually, I don't know how well it picks it up on camera, but in real time, and in real life, you can actually hear the machine tone change when you're grinding wood versus grinding dirt versus grinding rock. So you really want to listen to what the machine's doing. Make sure that you're getting everything, not grinding stuff you don't have to grind. That should be it for this one. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the last one, but this stump is ground out of here. So we're going to get the machine out. So this one ended up being an add-on. I ground that other one I showed you originally, and then there was one more small one along the way. So we got this one that's a little bit bigger, also rotted. And then there's another one on my way out of here that we'll get. I love it. I'm already here. Might as well make the most use of my time. And it's always a multi-stump discount instead of just going to a job, because at the end of the day, you're already here. You get more value. What makes a happy stump. So happy to do these, especially these are rotted. We'll just blow it right through them quicker than quick. Little trees, it don't matter. Enough driving around here. And these aren't even new teeth. They're not really dull, but they're not the several teeth. See that little bit hanging out of my porthole that I used to lock the cutter head. So it's wet. Real gummy in here. Now, normally I take my cutter head and disengage it when I'm moving, but I'm only going right over here to the next one. And as you can see, got to be real deliberate in my movements because that's just from the stump grinder. Right now. Got a hole in the center. I think that might be it, but we'll ask the customer before we load up if he's got any more that we need done. So there are 3 more stumps right here, and I can at least get you 2 of them. I don't know how we'll be about the one that's in the middle there because it was really a big spot. But we'll see what we can do. Self-doing rear. Little bit of oxygen in that side. Kind of hard to see in the meat. just really stupid. All these ones in line. Just trying to do it. He's working on the background over there. Moving some of his rock. I don't know if we'll take it all of it or some of this will stay in back here. But that'll be here shortly. Almost. Don't go no deeper, that's deep enough. Don't go any deeper. Done. Alright guys, so I just got home. I got to unload the grinder. But that ended up being a good job. So it was supposed to be 3 stumps, if you can remember from the beginning of this video. And I ended up grinding 11 in total. So I showed you all of the big ones in there, but I didn't show you all of them because there was a few that were just 1 foot or really rotten and low to the ground. So it wasn't really worth videoing. And we just kept working our way to the back of the property, hitting stump after stump after stump. So it ended up being good. Additions are always a good thing when you're there. You always give the customer a little better deal instead of coming back because you don't have to drive. You can just go from stump to stump to stump, which is really nice. So we made some decent money. Turned out to be a good job. Customer's really happy. And we're home now. I am filthy because I washed the grinder after that job because you could see, I showed you in the video, mud was really caking up there on the head. So wash it off. I'm filthy. I'm going to go unload the grinder, take a shower, and edit this video. But let me know what you guys want to see. Leave it in the comments below. Tell me what you would have done differently. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And other than that, there's going to be some videos popping up on your screen right now. So thanks for watching, guys.